Have you ever wondered why some people seem impossible to control? Why they walk into a room without asking for permission? Why they never beg, never chase, never panic, and never seem afraid of losing anyone? It isn't because they're luckier than you. It isn't because they're more talented. And it certainly isn't because the world has been kinder to them. It's because they understand one brutal truth that most people spend their entire lives avoiding. Money changes everything. Not because money buys happiness. That's the lie people argue about. Money buys something far more valuable: choice, the ability to say no, the ability to leave, the ability to ignore disrespect, the ability to sleep peacefully while everyone else worries about tomorrow. The world tells you that money isn't everything. Listen carefully to who usually says those words. It's often people who already have enough of it, or people who have accepted a life where someone else decides their future. Meanwhile, the people quietly building fortunes almost never waste time convincing you that money doesn't matter, because they know something history has repeated over and over again. The man with resources negotiates. The man without resources obeys. Watch this video until the very end, because what you're about to learn isn't about becoming greedy. It's about becoming impossible to manipulate. Because if you misunderstand what Machiavelli really teaches about power, you'll spend your entire life serving people who understood it better than you. Most people believe money is about luxury, expensive cars, designer clothes, massive mansions, private jets. Those are merely symbols. Power doesn't begin with symbols. Power begins with security. Imagine waking up tomorrow knowing you could survive 6 months without asking anyone for help. Imagine knowing you could quit a toxic job today. Imagine refusing disrespect because losing one paycheck would no longer destroy your life. Notice how your posture changes just imagining it. That is the psychology of wealth. Money doesn't merely change your bank account. It changes your behavior. And behavior changes how the world treats you. Machiavelli understood something that modern society still refuses to admit. People respect independence. Dependence creates vulnerability. Every time you desperately need someone, a boss, a partner, a client, a government, a family member, you surrender a piece of your freedom. The person you depend on gains influence over your decisions. This is why poverty is more than empty pockets. Poverty is reduced options, reduced confidence, reduced bargaining power, reduced freedom. When survival occupies your mind every single day, long-term thinking disappears, dreams disappear, discipline disappears, standards disappear. People settle because they have no choice. They stay in relationships they hate, jobs they hate, cities they hate, lives they hate, not because they want to, because they can't afford another option. Now ask yourself something uncomfortable. How many of your current decisions are genuinely yours? And how many are being made by your financial situation? That question alone separates spectators from builders. Here's where most people fail. They chase income. The wise chase leverage. There is a difference. Income pays bills. Leverage builds freedom. If every dollar you earn requires your constant presence, you are not wealthy. You simply own another job. Machiavelli would tell you that true power comes from reducing dependence while increasing influence. The wealthy understand this instinctively. Every asset becomes another soldier. Every investment becomes another employee. Every skill becomes another weapon. Every relationship becomes another bridge. Slowly, patiently, deliberately, until one day life stops happening to them. Instead, they begin shaping life itself. But almost nobody reaches that point. Why? Because comfort seduces ambition. Comfort whispers, "You've earned a break. You've done enough. Buy the bigger television. Upgrade the car. Celebrate before you've actually won." Comfort convinces people to consume today's victories instead of investing in tomorrow's freedom. This is why two people can earn exactly the same salary. 10 years later, one owns businesses, the other owns monthly payments. The difference wasn't intelligence, it was philosophy. One purchased appearances, the other purchased power. Never confuse looking wealthy with becoming wealthy. The loudest millionaire in the room often isn't the richest. The truly dangerous person usually looks ordinary, because real power has no need to announce itself. Silence compounds, attention spends. Most people chase applause. Strategic people chase assets. Think about the greatest players in history. They rarely displayed every card in their hand. Why? Visibility attracts competition. Invisible preparation creates domination. The same applies to wealth. Build quietly, learn quietly, invest quietly, improve quietly, then let your results introduce you. This is where another illusion destroys millions of lives. People wait until they feel motivated before taking action. Machiavelli would likely laugh at this idea. Feelings are unstable, discipline is reliable, the market doesn't reward excitement. It rewards consistency, one investment, then another, one new skill, then another, one opportunity, then another. Small victories repeated long enough become empires. But nobody celebrates boring consistency. Everyone celebrates overnight success. What they don't see are the thousands of mornings when someone chose progress over pleasure. That invisible discipline is what separates temporary income from lasting wealth. Now here's the uncomfortable truth almost nobody wants to hear. The world doesn't pay you according to your needs. It pays you according to your value. You may desperately need more money. The market doesn't negotiate with desperation. It rewards solutions. The bigger the problem you solve, the more valuable you become. This single principle explains why some people earn in 1 month what others earn in 10 years. Stop asking, how can I make more money? Start asking, what problem can I solve that few others can? That question changes everything, because wealth is rarely chased successfully. It is attracted by usefulness. The more irreplaceable you become, the less the world can ignore you. And when your skills, reputation, and discipline begin working together, money stops being something you desperately pursue. Instead, it begins pursuing the value you've created. Unfortunately, most people never experience this transformation because they are addicted to immediate gratification. Every paycheck disappears. Every bonus gets celebrated. Every success becomes another excuse to spend. Then they wonder why freedom never arrives. Freedom isn't purchased in one dramatic moment. It is assembled through thousands of invisible decisions that nobody applauds. Every dollar you refuse to waste, every hour you spend learning instead of scrolling, every investment you make while others consume, is another brick in the fortress protecting your future. And one day, when life inevitably becomes difficult, you won't panic like everyone else, because your preparation will speak louder than your emotions. Remember this, money is not the destination. It is the shield that protects your dignity, the tool that expands your choices, and the resource that allows your principles to survive under pressure. The strongest person is not the one who can endure endless hardship. The strongest person is the one who prepares so well that hardship has fewer opportunities to control them. Machiavelli understood that fortune favors those who are ready. Luck may open a door, but only preparation allows you to walk through it. Every book you read, every skill you master, every wise investment you make, and every disciplined decision you repeat is another step toward becoming a person the world cannot easily manipulate. So stop measuring wealth by what people can see. Measure it by the number of decisions you can make without fear. Measure it by how long you could survive if your income stopped tomorrow. Measure it by how confidently you can walk away from disrespect, corruption, or opportunities that compromise your values. That is real financial power. Most people will spend years trying to impress strangers. They will buy symbols of success instead of building the foundation of it. They will chase status instead of security, attention instead of ownership, and comfort instead of growth. Don't be one of them. Build patiently while others rush. Save while others spend. Learn while others entertain themselves. Invest while others hesitate. Because 10 years from now, the gap between those two mindsets will be impossible to ignore. Your future is being written by the habits you practice today, not by the dreams you postpone until tomorrow. If there is one lesson to remember from this video, let it be this. Acquire wealth not to dominate others, but to ensure that fear, desperation, and dependence never dominate you. That is the kind of power that lasts. That is the kind of freedom no one can easily take away. And perhaps that is the closest thing to true victory that a person can achieve. The question is no longer whether money matters. The real question is whether you will master it, or spend the rest of your life allowing the lack of it to shape your decisions. Choose wisely, because every choice compounds. Your future is watching.